Oscar, just curious, what did you make of Canelo's fight? I know you tweeted out that you felt the fight was so-so. I think a lot of fans felt the fight was boring.
It was boring.
What did you make of it?
I mean, it was slow. It was slow. I actually expected Canelo to knock him out. I actually even went out of my way to say Canelo's gonna knock him out because that's exactly what I felt, and that's exactly what he should have done. I was surprised. Triple G came out in the last rounds and tried to press the action and try to finish the fight strong. But that's why I've been studying this fight left and right because I love boxing. I'm a historian of boxing, and so the fact that Canelo only threw one punch at a time was pretty odd to me. Maybe he was distracted. Maybe he was not trained properly. Maybe he didn't have the right game plan. I'm not sure, but if Canelo throws 3, 4, 5 punch combinations and presses the action and has the conditioning, he knocks out Triple G, hands down.
It seems like the last 3 fights he's been like that, the one punch.
Right.
But he's been having success because the guys
Sure.
that he was fighting against. So just me as a fan, I'm thinking, oh, maybe he's that confident in his powers. But yeah, he hasn't been throwing combinations.
He hasn't been throwing combinations, so maybe there's something going on with personally. Who knows? I mean, I remember as a fighter, I was the hardest worker in town, just like Canelo is. But if you're distracted, if you have issues, if you have something's going on, personally, who knows? That can be a big burden on you. That can be a huge distraction. And so, and then the pressure, the pressure of him being the face of boxing, it's a lot. It's a lot, I mean, I'm blessed and I'm surprised that I lasted this long on top of the game, being the face for so many years. And so because you see, I can see everything from the outside now, and it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
Was it a case?
Yeah, wow.
Was it a case that the fight we saw was just Gennady just being just a little too old now to face a Canelo that's in his prime?
Well, look, I mean, and that's why I had said Canelo's gonna knock him out because Golovkin is not a 40-year-old that when Hopkins was 40 years old, like he's an old 40. Bernard Hopkins was a young 40. It's just Triple G has been in the wars. His amateur resume is extensive. It's like it's a lot of time in the ring. It's a lot of punishment. It's a lot of training and wear and tear. And so father time catches up to you, man. That's it. And so if Canelo would have taken an advantage of that, he would have knocked him out.
Yeah, I've heard some people say that the same exact thing that you're saying. If he went to the body through combination,
sure.
For others say hey, regardless of the age, Golovkin still has that
well,
chin.
He has a great chin.
Yeah.
He has a great chin, but nobody can survive a perfectly placed body shot.
That's true.
And a lot of great champions have gone down, including one like myself.
Do you think Golovkin, based on how he looked, do you think he still has a lot more fights left, or do you think he should go and retire at this point?
No, I think he can. Look, I would never be one to say go retire. I would never say that to anybody, because it's a personal decision that you have to make as a fighter yourself. But no, I think Golovkin, since a lot of Mexicans love him, and he has a huge support fan base there with the Mexicans and obviously with Kazakhstan, and he's a global fighter. But I think a fight against Jaime Munguia would be perfect for both guys because it would be action. It would be because Golovkin beating a Jaime Munguia would get him back to on top. Yeah, would get him back on top, and amongst the diehard boxing fans, he would be on top of the world again. And obviously, imagine if Jaime Munguia beats or knocks out Golovkin, then it's a win-win. It can be a win-win, obviously, for boxing, and it's just a great fight for the sport. As a fan, I don't like the fact that Canelo is beating the drum, saying he doesn't want to fight Mexican fighters. So who are the Mexican fighters? Zurdo, Benavidez, Munguia. These are guys that are that are gonna bring it to him, that are gonna throw a lot of punches, that are gonna be active, that are gonna be, you know, throwing combinations, that are gonna have, you know, that are younger, that are. It's not. I don't really understand it because, you know, when you're the best, you just fight the best, no matter what. But yeah, I think that any Mexican fighter out there that has a name, that has a record, that has a world title, can be very dangerous for Canelo. It doesn't go away. Shit. How can they keep pulling me back in?
That's good, Oscar.
You know?
You're natural southpaw, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're strong parties. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oscar,
How did you
Canelo
feel
look
as a
in
South?
in his fight against Golovkin? How did he look? Canelo. Their fight. I liked it. I thought it was very tactical, very technical.
Look. Let me give you my expert opinion. Okay. I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know exactly what happened in either guy's camp. First of all, the first and second fight were a lot better. More action, very technical, but a lot more action, a lot more conditioning. I don't know. It seemed like if Canelo couldn't take it to a second gear, maybe he was worried about his conditioning, you know? So it made me...
Was that a different weight from the prior two? Right?
Yeah, it was a different weight, but, you know, Canelo was already used to fighting at 175 and then came back down to 168. So he should have had the advantage, hands down. But, I don't know, maybe something happened in his camp because he wasn't confident enough to throw a 3, 4, 5 punch combination because he maybe felt that he was going to get tired. So in your mind, that plays games on you. So, you know, maybe there's something in his corner. Maybe there's something where he has to switch up, change around. Look, I switched trainers 8 times for a reason. You know, I didn't become 11-time world champion for nothing.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.